Meet Codename Goose, your on-machine open-source AI agent, built to automate your tasks. Codename Goose is an intelligent and autonomous agent capable of handling complex tasks thanks to its core features. Connect with apps and tools you already use with extensions. Built on the Model Context Protocol, you can connect to extensions like GitHub, integrate JetBrains IDEs, access Google Drive, or build your own custom integrations for Goose. For a curated list of extensions, visit our docs. With a wide range of compatible large language model providers, you can choose and integrate your preferred model. You can also run Goose as a desktop app or through the command line interface using the same configurations across both. You can think of Goose as an assistant, ready to take your instructions and do the work for you. Able to handle a wide range of tasks across various engineering domains. Here are examples of tasks Goose has helped people with already. Goose has helped dive into a new project in an unfamiliar coding language, conduct code migrations such as Ember to React or Ruby to Kotlin, increase code coverage, and even generate unit tests for a feature, and much more. To get started using Goose right away, check out our quick start and be the first to know about upcoming features by joining our community.
Hello everybody. How are you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in. Obviously, I'm drinking a lot of water, but thanks for tuning in so much. We are going to go to Goosetown today. And for people who don't have too much context on like what Gastown is, etc., I can actually quickly just show you guys. Maybe I'll use the Brave browser. And let's see. But basically, this is like an idea or like a proof of concept that Steve Yege, who used to work at, I think it's SourceGraph on AMP, and he like kind of proved out this idea. Like he's like, here's where like the future vision of agents can go. So if you look up like Gastown, you'll be able to see like this whole blog post. I'll drop it in here. And we're not going to like read it or go through all of it today because it's, as you can see, a 34-minute read. Like it's mad long. I think the content itself is, or the concept itself is interesting, but there's a lot of like jokes he makes in here that kind of distract from the point. But his whole idea is like, you'll have this main orchestrator and it'll like send out multiple different agents to do different things. And it can eventually get a little bit chaotic. So yeah, that's his whole like idea. And my teammate, Tyler Longwell, he made like his own version called Goosetown. And the way that this works, let me pull up the repo for this as well. Actually, I should have used Chrome because I'm signed in there. And this is, for now, it's under let's see, Goosetown. So for now, this is like in a private repo. And actually, we're looking at something that is going to get released in just like a lot of the features I'm going to show you. They're going to get released in just a few hours. I believe the team's working on 1.2, 4.0 if I haven't like if they haven't released that just yet and I missed it for some reason. But yeah, here's Goosetown, right? Here's how it works. There's like this main orchestrator, and then it sends out these different researchers. Each of them will do like GitHub research. They'll do like this research paper, and then they'll do like local to your like code base type of research. Then after that, it'll take all its findings, it'll create a plan, a worker, and like send out different workers, and then it'll have reviewers as well. And you have to like set these environment variables. Guys, I didn't even set them. I just told Goose to set them. I don't configure anything anymore. And the thing that you really need is this new extension called the summon extension. So I have Goose running on main here. This is like so I can get the latest and greatest, and I'll show you guys all the extensions that I have enabled. I have Beads, Chrome DevTools, Developer, and Summon. Oh, let me put the chat on the stage. Yeah, so Summon is what is like loading a whole bunch of skills and delegating different tasks to subagents. So if we go back, the reason why we need this anyways is the way that like Goosetown is structured. It's really just a whole bunch of different skill files, and they kind of trigger or set off a bunch of different subagents to go off. So when we've seen like these researchers and these workers and these reviewers, those are all subagents. And these are like different skills or knowledge sets for those subagents. And they basically all go and like spawn and do their own thing. And yeah, like I'm saying a lot. Maybe I should just press play so you guys can see it. And while we're waiting, we can have things happen. Okay, and then there's this. Oh, you guys can't see it. I was gonna say I'll put this in the chat, but there's this relation to a lot of the different like tools that or like characters in Gastown. There's like the mayor and the mail system and all that. Okay, so what we're going to build with this, like this whole agentic workflow, is I'm going to try to see if we can make a visualizer for Goosetown so that we can see what the different subagents are doing, and like it can look cute and stuff like that. I actually ran this multiple times last night, and of course, and as all agents do, it worked really well the first time. And so like I told it to start off with just giving me like a little chat that I can see. And then I was like, now like let's get to the next step, and like let's see the little geese hanging out with each other. When I like hovered over this, it gave me like little chat bubbles of whatever they were doing. This was like not the town hall, whatever it was called, like the center, the plaza. Yes, this was the plaza. And then there was a library. The researchers were in the library doing their thing. So it was real cute. And every time I've tried to rerun like similar prompts, because I'm trying to get it to go a little bit faster, because I don't want you guys just sitting here just watching the stream and being bored. It hasn't come out exactly how I want. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start a new conversation. I'm going to clear all the work that it has initially started. New conversation. Clear all the work that it initially started, and then I'm going to try to slightly tweak. I'm going to use the first prompt that we ever did. I know that worked really well, and I just want to tell it like go a little faster, because what I had only like spawned a few subagents, and I want multiple subagents going. So first off, the reason I'm clearing is because I don't know if you guys watched my stream last 2 weeks ago. We use something called beads, and that's like tracking the work, if everything's finished, and we're in the same particular repo, Goosetown. You have to be in here for it to all work. And I think it's just going to pick up what happened in beads and what happened on the wall where the agents are talking to each other, and it's going to be like, oh, this is already complete, so it's not going to do it. So I'm going to say like clear the GT wall, or I'll say it in the old one. Let's clear the GT wall and delete the entire project, really. Clear the plans and research that happened. I really just want to start fresh. Oh, this is the same. No. Where was I? Ah, this is it. I really just want to start fresh. All right. Let's see what the chat has been saying. Nothing really, because I didn't do anything yet, right? Okay, cool. So we'll see everything. Don't worry. And I'll kind of talk through it as we go, because maybe some of it you're like, girl, don't know what you're talking about. Just do your thing. All right, let's start fresh. In our new chat, I need to make sure I'm in Goosetown. That's how it's gonna pull that Goosetown orchestrator skill. So documents, agent experiments. Where are you, Goosetown? What if it deleted actual Goosetown? Hold on. Oh, hold on. If anything, I'll just reclone it. Oh yeah, it did. Okay. That's a good point. Hold on. Let's reclone this. I guess you guys will see it from scratch. And we'll move along. That was actually not the greatest prompt for me. Okay. Yes, here we go. I'm just going to tell Goose. Clone this repo for me and put it in documents, agents, experiments. There we go. Yeah, that wasn't bad, Goosey. I won't blame Goose. I will blame myself. I should have said like this particular document. Okay, cool. Now we can switch into that. And yeah, that was 100% me. Agent experiments, Goosetown, and I'll just tell it to like configure the values for me. Okay, cool. Can you configure the, or I might already have it actually. Let's open up my ZHN file. Have you guys noticed this? Where if you put environment variable, maybe it's me not knowing stuff. If you put environment variables in ZHRC, it doesn't seem like Goose is picking it up. But if you put it in ZHN, then it does pick it up. I don't know. Maybe I have something going weird. Okay, documents, agent experiments, Goosetown, open. And there's like this little bug where like I think the extensions don't always load. So I'm gonna tell it, hey, because I just want to make sure that it has that Goose orchestrator thing. There it goes. It picked it up. It's telling me, cool, the environment looks good. All the environment variables are ready. So here's where we're going to run my initial prompt, and I have to find it. It's somewhere here. I had Goose even analyze the different sessions that I was doing, because I was like, this one, like, what was your thoughts on like how this one went? I don't know. Like, I'm like, could I have done something a little better? This is the one that worked initially, and I'm going to stick with it. And the only thing I want to add, so let me tell you, it says load your skill. That's all you really need to tell it to load the Goosetown orchestrator skill. I'm telling it, you're the orchestrator. Don't write any code yourself. Delegate all the implementation work to subagents. I think the other thing I want to tell it to make sure, for now, just for speed and time, use HTML, CSS, and JS. If it's like you're on your own time, you want this to run like for a million years, that's fine, but we're not doing that today. The other thing is, Goose keeps trying to run like Python serve and Python server.js, and it keeps trying to do that, or npm run dev. Anything that is running a server, just delegate that to a subagent. And then I tell it, let's build a Gastown visualization app. The final vision is like a RPG style pixel art town where each delegate is a Goose character. And the other thing I want to do is tell it, like, try to parallelize as much as you can. Try to parallelize and use much subagents as you can where possible. Before, maybe this is a little vague. I've tried out having it like do like 2 to 3 subagents in certain areas and all that. But I'm like, let me just let it choose what it thinks rather than me giving it too many like being too prescriptive. Let me let Goose do its thing. And while we're waiting, I can finish reading out like what the rest of the prompt is. I basically tell it like I want like speech bubbles that show the GT wall messages, real-time updates as it delegates and spawns are complete. I know that like the VPN that like my company uses often blocks NPM packages, so I was like use CDNs. There's a lot of stuff I probably could have put in like the Goose hints file and stuff like that. But I wanted you guys to be able to see it. And this project already has a pretty large like agents.md that tells it how to use Goosetown. And I was like, will it get, I don't know, cluttered there or something like that? I just wanted to make sure that I know that it's all here. So it's going to do its thing. And then here's where last week or 2 weeks ago, I was using beads and I was like, I'm not really sure that this makes sense for me. I think things like Ralph Loop and beads make sense for me when an orchestrator is like using it. Instead of me manually saying, all right, use this beads, like let me write the PRD and okay, start this new Goose session for me and all that. Like you write the PRD, you split the task up for me, you give them to different subagents rather than me doing it by myself. That's where I see the productivity hit a little bit more. So what we saw, it loaded the Goosetown orchestrator. It's looking to see if the GT wall exists. That's where they communicate. That's like their little mail room. They're like, hey, here's what I did. Here's what whoever did. And then they're delegating each of the instructions to different researchers. So they have a Goosetown researcher, and they have a Stack Overflow one. This one goes on GitHub, and this one goes on Reddit. So it's really going to look for like, what do we need to make this possible? Is there any examples out there already in the world, like for what I described? And how does the code base work where it could set this up? So they're actively posting to the wall. The thing is, I don't feel like I could see the wall that well. And also, let me just say, I gotta say, I obviously didn't, not obviously, but I didn't think of this idea on my own really. I heard Tyler say it would be so cool if he could build like some kind of visualization. And I'm like, well, well, I'm stealing that, of course. So we have let's see what's happening. There's different checkpoints that I told it to do. I was like, after every checkpoint, like show us the site, like show us first the chat happening, then add more and more on. Cause I was thinking it can get really boring if we're just waiting for that RPG thing to be like the final result. And we're just looking at this text on a, black screen. The researchers are still working. 2 researchers completed their work. And then we see what they have here. Honestly, I don't care. I'm just kidding. I do care. But the Reddit researchers hitting authentication issues, I know what they're going to come back with. Locally, the one that's local is going to say like, here's how everything's structured. It pipes to like some kind of text file for GT wall. Like that's how they're communicating. They use these timestamps, and then they each have different like agent IDs. And then the rest are going to say, oh, they didn't find anything like that helpful. But we'll see if anything changes. You guys said LOL. I don't know what you said LOL at. Let's see. So many options. Yes, of course, Chris. I have to give the people wherever, I have to reach them where they are. Okay. Blaming the agents that knew I worked on my machine. It really is. I've noticed my prompts have gotten more vague, sometimes out of impatience. And Goosey's like, sorry, could you elaborate? Interesting. I think I'm pretty like elaborate with my prompts sometimes. But sometimes I try to be less elaborate if I want it to be creative. Like sometimes I'm like, I'm holding Goose back, but I get you. You should use voice prompts. Ooh, yeah. I think that could help. Like just talk out all your thoughts. For me, I'm not good at voice prompts because I think I have a clearer mind when I type. But I found that a lot of people use voice prompts. They get their idea out there and I guess some people are like, I don't really want to type. Voice prompts scare me. I don't want people looking at me crazy. For talking at your laptop. That's hilarious. Well, I thought you're just in your home. Who's looking at you? Unless you're like coding in like a coffee shop. Imagine in the next few years, maybe we're all just talking to our laptops. Okay, let's see what happened now. Hopefully this one goes really fast. Like the one that came out the best was the slowest. I'm like, nobody's gonna want to watch this. But it came out really, like, to me, I was like, this came out decent for what I gave it. So I have these different checkpoints, and let's see, it spawned the worker for checkpoint 1, and the worker's running. It's making progress. All 4 files are created. Let me check if the worker's done and test the server. If Goose goes ahead and runs this staying server, even though I told it not to, we're going to have a problem. Okay, what I was doing before is I had multiple sub-agents working on different checkpoints at a time. So I think I'm going to interrupt it and tell it to do that. Nothing bad's going to happen. Can we have more than one sub-agent working on a checkpoint at a time? And can some of the checkpoints be developed in parallel? Maybe not the checkpoints be developed in parallel because they might depend on each other, but let's have more than one sub-agent working on a checkpoint at a time to go a little faster. It's running on server port 3001. Okay, I don't want to interrupt it just yet. Let me see. Local 3001. Nope. Oh my gosh, here's my little goosetown wall, guys. Okay, so we have the first step. What time is it? Maybe I shouldn't interrupt it because it's going to come out good. No, let me see how much, because they said it could work in parallel since they're independent. That's good. Let me see how much sub-agents they create, or workers they create for each checkpoint. And if it's not enough, then let me take this out the queue. Let me take it before it sends, and I don't want it to send. Cancel. No. Oh, that exit. 2 workers are working in parallel. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna send it now. Let's move. Okay, so let's see what it's doing. It basically wrote out to us, like the researcher was analyzing the GT wall. How can you guys see it well? To document file format and data structure. It's starting researching web stack. Research, boring, right? And then it gave us its research synthesis. Checkpoint 1's complete. So it's basically just saying whatever happened, and now it's parallelizing. We've seen the update because I asked it that. It says spawning multiple workers per checkpoint on separate files. So I really just want to see, like, I want to see the geese talking together in the town. I'm like, give me a mayor. I see we have up to 24 background tasks. Whoa. But we're only using 3. Thank you. Let's use more. Let's use more. Better parallelization. Yes. So let me see. What can I teach you guys about all that? What questions do you guys have so far about Goosetown? Maybe you don't even know what subagents are. Subagents are like instances of your agent of Goose, right? And they like go off, they do their own thing. One of the value or benefits is that it doesn't clutter up your main agent's context window, because that's a lot of the problem we're having with agents today, is that like your context window gets eaten up so much by all the different tasks that it has to do, all the data. I feel like I say this every week. So it can create subagents. It goes off in its own little like mini session, and then it comes back and tells the main agent or the orchestrator, here's what I got done. Here's what I completed. And that way you don't have to have all that data or information where like maybe the subagent was like researching or creating or whatever. It's like, I'm just going to come back and tell you what I did, and it saves a little bit of like that context for you. Okay, let's see. Checkpoint 2 is complete. If I refresh, I don't see it. No active delegates. Okay, I guess this is the sidebar, but we might have maybe making it go in parallel. I don't know. That doesn't look too promising to me. All right. So, and then Angie said, look at that. Yes, that's a good point. I got a little distracted by myself, but I only used 19% of the context window for all of this so far, 20% now, for it to do research, for it to set up beads. Like it on its own wrote its own PRD. I wonder where's the PRD and if I actually already opened it up. Maybe if, let's see. Like it wrote its own PRD. It decided which subagents would get what and its checkpoint, and then it started sending them all out. And I really only used 20% so far. Delegating all of them, like this is a big deal. I'm looking for the PRD. Sometimes it like puts it out for me, but this is where it creates each of its issues. I don't know if you guys know, but Beads uses, it's kind of like, it uses Git in the background, right? Not GitHub, but Git. And so it'll like create different issues for you. It'll track when things happen. One thing I'm curious, and I don't know if I've seen, did this trigger any reviewers? Because that was the key part of why my future runs weren't working. Like the first run, a reviewer came in, it looked at everything to see if everything was working really well. And then after that, when I had them all working in parallel, that reviewer was being mad lazy. It was either like, I'm not going to review, or it's like, looks good to me. So that concerned me. Okay, this is trying to see like let's just tell it keep going. Okay, it's going to keep going. So it's trying to open up localhost 3001, and I wanted it to use the Chrome DevTools MCP server, but it looks like it struggled to. It's okay. It looks fairly decent. It looks like it's trying to get the pixel art for me a little bit. So we're doing something. Let's see what Tyler said and everybody else. Let's catch up. Angie uses Whisper. You can interrupt the orchestrator and chat with it while the delegates are running in the background. Oh yeah, that's true. I get nervous. I should. Okay, I'm gonna let me tell it that. What the heck is going on here? Let me see. What do I even want to say? Okay, here's where it is. Interesting. Maybe. Okay. The Goosetown wall. I'm going to give it a screenshot. Goosetown and the sidebar are in weird spots. Let me show you. It's not taking up the space. I'm going to call it the real estate of the website very well. Yeah, Tyler's in the chat. He created this. Genius stuff. Hold on. Yeah, we can't even really see. I thought that it didn't make it yet, but this is all over the place. Hold on. Let me show it. Yeah, right here, actually. How many of you have a million screenshots because you're showing your agent what happened? This is why I like the Chrome DevTools extension. I don't know what happened with it, like why it doesn't work. Today at 5:14 a.m. Yeah, that was me working. Order this by today. Yeah. No. Oh, here we go. 1024. Where is, how do you see it? Is it columns? Yeah. Okay. That, I'm gonna rename it too, because I found that sometimes Goosetown broken. Goosetown broken 2. The other thing I was trying to do in my other ones is use the front end skill. Goosetown. I don't remember which one I added. Was it Goosetown or Goosetown broken 2? I don't know. Okay, I think it's this. But I was trying to add in the front end skill that like Anthropic has in their skill library, which I've used many times before, but it kept skipping it. And I didn't get to check out like why that was happening. Thank you, Tyler, for reminding me. Like I can just interrupt it. I think I feel nervous. Like, dang, I'm gonna mess up the flow. Great tip. I've been using voice prompts with him. Completely forgot about it. Okay, you guys are, I'm way behind. How trivial is it to swap models? Oh, it's not hard at all. Subagents, yeah, they can really use any model or provider out the box. I think, well, the way that I normally do it, let me show you guys. I'm gonna just pull up the documentation on sub recipes or subagents first. It might have an example here. You can even, subagents are so easy to configure, at least from my perspective, because you can even just say like in like verbatim natural language, I want to use this model, or I want this to have a max amount of turns or whatever, right? You could also set certain things with environment variables, or within a recipe or a sub recipe, you can say, here's what I want to use. So like for like some type of subagents, you can use like the codex CLI to be like that external subagent for you, and you would just really just in your config.yaml say like, hey, here's what I want to use, etc., etc. Here's a sub recipe. I want to show the sub recipes, but I thought the subagent stuff would be right here. Not a tutorial. Let's see if we have examples that you can see. Just extensions. But this is not what I was trying to show. But you could really use environment variables. At least that's how I use it typically. And I'll say like, this is going to be like my goose model for this particular subagent or this sub recipe. And this is going to be my goose provider. That's Opus 4.5. 4.6 has bigger context window, and in my experience, it loves using subagents even more. Interesting. I'm always slow to move to a new model because I feel like it takes me some time to get used to however the model's working. Ask it to crossfire some work, you'll see it do multi. Oh, wait, I didn't even check where it's at now. Is this it? What do we mean by that? Do I just write crossfire the work? And it canceled the workers. So that makes me nervous and sad. Let's see if we fix this first and then I tell it crossfire work. Okay, it looks a little better, except Goosetown itself doesn't look great. Copy. And let me try to do the crossfire some work thing. This is looking better. Stop running. I told you not to run this. Don't run the server yourself. Please make sure a subagent does this for you. And I don't know, Crossfire some work. Let me look if you have a more recent message. Yeah, the updated delegates. Let's go sponsor it. Yeah. Can you crossfire the work? Is that the word we're using? I don't know. Oh no, I put works. The work. And I'm not gonna wait for you to be done. Just send this. Oh, I forgot to say make Goosetown itself look a little better. But can Goosetown itself look better? Like the actual image, like the space for it? I don't know, like the container we have. And the images is just, can't even look at it. Unreadable? I don't know what word we want to use here. Send. Unviewable, unesthetic, ugly AF. Okay, let's read about Crossfire from Tyler. Crossfire is something it knows in Goosetown, where it spawns reviewers with different models to get different views. Oh, okay. Because I'm not really familiar with that. Goose can launch any delegate with any model provided. Normally, it just launches the defaults, but you can ask it to specifically, and it will. Yeah. Is it a setting, or you just tell Goose subagents different models? What's the process? Okay, cool. Oh, and here's a message. Is all that parallel research stuff in Goosetown repo seems relevant to recent threads about research via Goose? Oh, that's true. You were asking about that. And feel free to jump in, Tyler. But I think he just used some skills here to get it going. So let's look at I actually didn't read them. So let's look at how the skills all set up. It literally just says search, and nobody laugh at me. I don't know how to say it. It's not like I never clicked the site before, but I'm like, I just say ARC6. I don't know. I never said it out loud, but this is the thing for academic papers. So it just tells it like, hey, you're going to look through these academic papers through the API, read only, don't modify anything. Or do you guys just say the letters? Let me get over that. But anyways, the foundational papers, benchmarks, parse the instructions, gives it the base URL. So we're not using an MCP server or anything. I know in Discord, I saw you guys asking like, should I use the MCP server to like do some research? But it looks like you kind of just told it to go off and go to the API. Now, I actually have a question. Did you have Goose create the skill itself? Because sometimes I do that where I'm like, it knows what will be the best stuff to say. What you cannot do, this is a read-only role. Wonder if the other research stuff are a little bit different. GitHub, let's see. It looks really similar. It's basically just saying search GitHub issues. You give it a read-only role, no preamble, no introductions. Here's your goal. Parse the instructions first. Check the rate limits. That's smart. And then it tells it the commands to use to search for it. So, interesting approach. Did that help? And what time is it? 12:43. Okay, let's go back and check where my Goosetown is going. Oh my gosh. I feel like we're almost done. I don't even want to check it. I'm scared. Because what if it's ugly? A little better. I don't know what this animation is that's going on here. And I want to see the bubbles pop up. No active delegates? Well, why not? Let me spawn a fresh server subagent to check the app. Okay. Let's see. This is not exactly what I'm imagining. It's close, but where's my geese? Where's the bubbles of them talking with each other? Why is there really random sporadic animation happening? It may be trying to replicate moving water or something. Maybe that's true. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, are those the people? Goosetown made Goosetown. I know, right? Okay, guys, even though I'm being a little strict with it, and I'm like, why? Well, what's going on here? This is pretty like cool, pretty decent that we can see the Goosetown wall. We can see some stuff happening on the side as well, like the times it got completed and all that. So far it thinks that there was fixes applied and it's running. Don't run the server. Hard-headed. It wants me to take a screenshot for it. Okay, I'm gonna give it a screenshot as some of my complaints. Shouldn't have asked for this, Goose, because I'm coming in hot. Paste. Okay, here's how it looks. I don't see any geese at all. I don't see any bubbles of them conversing with each other. And there's a random animation in the, what was this place called? This town square. That's just annoying me. It's like, I don't know what that's called. It's random squares that keep sporadically showing up. Hate it. Remove that. Thank you. That would have been perfect for a voice prompt. Maybe. But I feel like as soon as I turn on the voice mode, that I'm not gonna I'll be like, wait, what is my thoughts? I don't know. That's my brain. I'm totally going to get a UI. Yay! I can't wait. Yeah, I'm like this looking like the idea of Goosetown's so cool, but I feel like you can't really see the power of it if you're just like, okay, it's delegating the sources and stuff like that. I even want to see like the beads, like a visualize. I know they have a beads visualizer, but I want it to like look cool. You know what I mean? And see like each geese grabbing it. We only have 12 minutes left, really. So I can't go too deep, and I made this be more of a lightweight thing. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay. Arvix? Oh, it's pronounced like archive? Thank you very much. So if anybody else didn't know that, I don't know if it was just me. I go on it and I'm like, ArcSkigs, whatever this is, I'm going to do some research. Archive, okay. That makes sense. With the X is the CH type of, I guess. I would have named it something else. Yeah, Town Square was going crazy. I guess are all those the people, the individuals? The squares are fixed. Let me check on the geese worker. Oh, thank God. I'm like, give it a little bit more space. The container is so little. But anyways, I think you guys kind of get the point where you're really just setting off these agents to do multiple things. I really like this. This has got me better on beads now. Last 2 weeks ago, I was like, what's the point? I got to write up the whole PRD. Then I got to tell Goose Session 1, take this part of the PRD and you do this part. I'm like, I'd just rather just type it myself. But if Goose is going to write the PRD for me and assign it to all its people, I like that. It's still struggling. Watch. I wonder if it has the geese somewhere else. The geese got it because it believes the geese are here. I can't even scroll. I'm like trying to like see. Town header, town canvas. Let me zoom in on this so you guys can see it better. Get the styles out the way. What's in here? We got the town legend. Okay, that's the legend items. Okay. Town canvas. Nothing. Nothing for me to be able to see what's in the town canvas. Let me ask it. Why do you think that the geese are there? Why do you think that the geese are here? Are they hidden underneath another element? Is there not enough space in the goosetown container? Where's the geese? Let me show it one more time. And maybe I was imagining that I would see literal geese chatting with each other, back and forth. Some hanging out in the library, some in town square, like that. Okay. Maybe I should start doing voice prompts. I don't know. Well, let's see how much tokens I use so far. 40%. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. And if I was using code mode, it would be even better. I gotta do a live stream on code mode for you guys. I just haven't found like what will be as engaging enough. But code mode basically allows you to save a lot of tokens because it's not loading. It's not like looking at every like extension and tool right up front. It only like grabs it when needed. And I think that's what people like about skills. And they're like, oh, use skills instead of MCP. I'm like, it's in collaboration. Let's see. I'm totally gonna get. I don't even know what I would want Goosetown. Oh yeah, what's you guys' imaginations of Goosetown? Super helpful. There's a rough image in the repo that. Oh, this is what Tyler wants Goosetown to look like. I think me too. Like I want to be like real, like RPG. This Goose being a little lazy, and I'm accepting it for the time's sake. We have 8 minutes left. But it would be really cool if they looked like this. If it looked like a real video game, and they had their little. Oh my god! What if they had their little like own little personalities? That would be amazing. Okay. Wonder about mine too. Gothic underwater vibe. Is the geese in the sidebar? Oh, is that what they're referring to as my geese? Oh, it stopped running it. I don't even remember what it looked like. Let me see this image. Are those their geese? These don't look like, this looks like a researcher emoji. Or you think they're getting covered by it? I guess I'm still stuck on like the first one that I did where it was kind of like this. I don't know why I can't replicate it. And I was like able to switch between chat and town view. It was amazing. I was like, wow, I'm a genius. Or Goose is a genius, but I'm taking the credit. The 4 geese workers completed. Let me restart the server. Okay. Yeah, and the way beads works, I don't know if I said this too, is like when it's creating all of those issues for you to do, it'll like review it, and if it's complete, it'll check it off and be like, that got completed, we'll move to the next step. But after this, I think I will wrap just because we're at the 7, like a few minutes. Boo! That's not my geese. I'm gonna hit. These are circles, not geese. I guess it's doing 3 test geese for me. It could even use an emoji. No, I don't. The big 4. Oh, so it did that on purpose. Okay, sorry, I can't read. Yes, they're visible. The circles are. I was hoping multiple keys. And do I see any errors? I don't think we did. No errors. Seeing the logs, pretty good. I'm like, if we have 6 minutes left, let's use it. Hey, I made it and opened the tab. Forgot to check back in. Cat! I'm just kidding. That's okay. You can rewatch later. What does it think a goose is? What model is the best at UI? Oh, okay. So there's actually a Discord conversation. I wonder if I can find it. And basically, I was talking with Andrew Harvard, and he was showing me a video that Theo Brown did. And what Theo found is that Opus 4.5 or 4.6 or something like that is the best one. But with that front end skill, I think because I don't have the front end skill they enabled. People have said Gemini is pretty good at UI. I'm not a big Gemini fan, but let me see. Well, let me just make sure that's what he said. Yeah, he said the TLDR from the video is Opus plus the front end design skill. I didn't use it here, so that could be why it's really just ugly. But, I think I'm hoping that you guys get the gist of it. And Goose likes to be shy when I'm going on the live stream. Even when I tell it, like, we're going to go on a live stream, go ahead and show out. It gets a little shy, doesn't really do exactly what I was hoping. But I think the idea, like this as a proof of concept, is cool. If you have this running like overnight and you give it a more detailed, better prompt with like goose hints and all that, maybe that's even cooler. But I think I'm starting to see what, because people were saying, I seen like maybe it was Steve Yege or somebody saying like a lot of people are like staying awake, waiting for the agents to finish things. And I'm like, go to sleep. That's the whole point of the agent, so it can actually go through stuff. But last night, I was barely sleeping. My laptop was on my stomach, and I was like, wake up, I gotta see if it's finished. Like, because I just wanted to know if it will work, and I kept running it over and over again. I was like, I need to make sure, like, so this will at least do something. But like all in all, what we saw is there are multiple different characters in our Goose Town. We got our like researchers, we got the people that do the actual work. I don't know if I really use the Git work trees much. Tell me if I used any ephemeral delegates. Tyler, I feel like that's something I overlooked. We had the GT wall, and instead of just having the GT wall like write to a text file or whatever, we're like, let's literally visualize it wherever I have it. And this, yeah, let's literally visualize it and see them chatting back and forth with each other and giving each other information. And then also let's put this in like a little like RPG style thing. It didn't. I will give it a D, honestly, at this part, but the rest decent. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. I hope that this was at least an interesting introduction to Gastown. I think it's cool to actually start using it and like touching it. Like when I read Gastown or read the blog post about Gastown, I was like, oh, this is about to be complicated. But Tyler really made this in a way that you just need to enable a couple of extensions and you're really good to go. Prompt it and it'll do its thing. All right, that's it for me, guys. Have an amazing day.